Hi, thanks for joining me for this week's video. Today I'm going to be making a 4 1/4 inch square card, which means that my card base is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4 to give us our 4 1/4 inch square card. And my card base is crumb cake cardstock. And we're going to be using the Collage Curios stamp set from the spring catalog. And this stamp set coordinates with the soda pop tops, which we're also going to be using on the card today. This is one of the bottle caps that I have already flattened down. We're going to be using a smushed one, which you can do in the Big Shot. If you don't know how to do that, you can check out my video. I'm going to put a link right up there for you to see the video on how to flatten your soda pop tops with your Big Shot. So we're going to be using the soda pop top together with the Collage Curios stamp set. This card is inspired by one that I found on Pinterest that was made using non-Stampin' Up supplies. But I really thought that this Collage Curios stamp set would be perfect to replicate kind of the same idea of the card. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this circular image here and crumb cake ink for a tone-on-tone look. And I'm going to stamp it all over to create the background of our card base. So rather than just stamping randomly all over the background, I do want to create kind of a pattern with this background image here. So I am going to use my Stamp-A-Majig because I'm terrible at lining things up. So I'm just going to stamp and then go ahead and reposition my Stamp-A-Majig. So this is a little bit more time consuming, but will allow me to get a nice lined up background. So here's my finished stamp background, and now I'm going to create the embellishment. It's going to go inside of the soda pop top. Got a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and I'm starting out with the text print stamp. I'm going to use crumb cake ink. And I'm going to stamp it off once and then stamp it a second time. So we just get that very nice light text background. Now I'm going to take this really tiny little rose image here and I'm going to color that using Certainly Celery and Calypso Coral markers, and I'm going to stamp it right in the center of that text background. Now I'm going to use my 1-inch circle punch to punch that out. And then I'm going to adhere this right into the center of my soda pop top. And I like to use Tombow Mono multi-glue for this. Just spread some onto the back. And I can adhere that straight into the bottle cap and just hold it down for a moment until the glue sticks. And here we have a really pretty embellishment for our card. I have a piece of very vanilla cardstock that measures about 5/8 of an inch wide, and I'm going to use my So Saffron ink pad and the thank you stamp from the Curly Cute stamp set. And I'm using my Stamp-A-Majig to help me line this up. I almost always use my Stamp-A-Majig on sentiments. Now I also have 3 pieces of designer paper from the Tea for Two collection, and I'm just going to cut little banner ends into each of these. They each measure 1 inch by 4 inches. And I'm just going to cut a banner end into all 3 of them. Okay, I'll bring my card base back in, and then these are going to go on the card see, kind of like something like that, I think. So I'm going to adhere this yellow one straight down to the card. It's going to go like that, and then let's see. For the other 2, I'm going to take my bone folder and just curl them upwards a little bit. That's maybe too much. Just give them a little bit of a curl at the end. And I'm only going to attach maybe a third of the strip here so that it's sticking up at the end. We have that nice little bit of dimension. And I'll just go ahead and, let's see, yeah. Go ahead and adhere these 2 pieces just like that. And then my sentiment is going to go on here as well, so I have to trim that down. And I'll cut a little banner end in the end of that as well. And that's going to go on just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing and just only put adhesive on so that it can kind of stick. Oh, I forgot. I'm going to bend it a little bit with my bone folder and then allow it to kind of stick up off the card like that. So that'll go right on there. And then my soda pop top piece is going to go on just like that. I'm going to adhere the soda pop top using a few glue dots. I'll just go ahead and stick that down. And I'm just going to take a piece of linen thread and tie a little bow. And then I'll put a little dot of Tombow Mono multi-glue just inside the edge of the soda pop top here. Just like that. I can trim the ends of my bow. And then I'm just going to stick the knot of that bow into the glue. Whoops. Just like that. If you need to use your scissors or your paper piercer tool to help you get it right into the glue. And there is my finished card. So thank you for joining me for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed this card. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you again next week for another video. Until then, happy stampin'. Bye-bye.